it's grass-fed or something. Good morning, beautiful people. All right, so that was kind of a rough weekend for several of us.
It was.
I ended up not getting it. Not yet. Knock on wood. Friday, you were really coming down with it.
Bad.
Friday was rough. Saturday was rough. She completely lost her voice and was just like wheezy and
whispering at people.
Yeah, we've all been taking our vitamins and various things, remedies and stuff like that. And you're on the mend.
Yep.
A couple of the boys got it. Corbin's got it. Jack had it, but not real bad.
Yeah.
Tyler refuses to get sick, and he's powering through mostly on vitamin C and willpower.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gotten sick yet. And then Brett, he's not feeling too hot, but he's doing all right. So I think today, I don't know. We're at the stage right now. We're starting to shut stuff down for winter and just button stuff up. Yeah. It's really nice. I need to go out there and harvest our turmeric.
Yes.
Because it completely got frost annihilated the other day last week. And then I've got to put all of the all the spent hay on our garlic. And when I was taking the hay over there to put it on the garlic, I noticed that garlic is already popping up. Yeah, it's like, you silly garlic. It's only been in the ground a couple days, and it's just like, yep, here we go.
So that's a good sign.
So I think I'll go dig turmeric first. The weather's beautiful. It's like going to be in the low 70s today. It's like you couldn't ask for better fall weather.
I know, it's beautiful.
All right, outside. Like I said a minute ago, starting to close things down in the garden and button things up. It sure is a nice feeling. 2022 has been such a crazy garden season, it feels like. And, I don't necessarily feel like I've got tons more in the ground than we did last year. Even though we do, it just feels like it's been a marathon doing all this garden stuff. All right, so I got in here yesterday evening and I mowed because there's like this spot in here where the cuckoosies were. I couldn't get in here to mow because there were so many cuckoosies. Next year, I'm probably going to plant all the cuckoosies and stuff that needs a lot of room to sprawl out in the orchard. It can cover that. I don't want to mow that anyways, so it can get out there and go crazy. Anyways, yeah, I got in here last night and mowed, and there's a lot of grass in here. We've also got some berries in here, not that you can see them anymore. We've got some thornless blackberries. I think we've got like ever-bearing raspberries. I've never seen a raspberry that bears as long as this did. This flowered from about July until it died from the frost. Like, it's still going strong, but like that right there, if we had warmer weather, that cane would poke out some flowers. So probably here pretty soon, I'm gonna see if I can propagate this out. It's already spreading. It's come down here so far, like it's starting to encroach on my turmeric. I may just move the turmeric out of the way and let the raspberries have the rest of this bed. I've also got some blueberries in here that are completely buried. This got away from me. There's some beds, like the places I am at, basically between the house and the barn. I see that every day. And so I'm constantly looking at the weeds basically. And those are the weeds that get pulled. Out here, this is kind of like a zone 2, zone 3. We don't come out here that often, and so the weeds kind of got out of control. Now, I did have this heavily mulched with any weeds we pulled. I had hay on this, spent hay, and for the most part, it worked really good until July. We got so much rain in July, so the rain mixed with the heat, that's when the weeds just get away from you. Let me go grab my potato fork, and I'm gonna start pulling up this turmeric. Oh, hey. Billy, when me and you were doing that pig last Saturday, I forgot to give these back. I like these gloves, these are cool. I'm gonna have to get me some of these. Figured next time I see you, I'll give them back, but till then. I just gotta say that was the easiest, most satisfying weed pulling I've ever done. That was like barely any weeds. They were just like huge long grasses, just find the central clump, and then it all came out. And because this was so deep mulched, it's really soft. And so everything just came up super easy. It looks like it was a ton of weeds, and it really wasn't that bad. It was just big weeds. All right, let's see how we did. Hi, lady.
Hey. Let me show you how to basket.
I don't know if we had a long enough season.
Yeah, they're kind of small.
So it looks like our season wasn't long enough for these. I didn't get these in the ground till later anyways, but lots of little tubers starting to grow. I've never grown turmeric before. This is a whole new experience. There's the one I planted, just that short little piece right there, and it grew all this. So I'm not too upset about all that. All right, I set the camera up in a new spot. Thought I pushed record, but I must have pressed record and then pushed record again when I was ready to start, which stopped it. So I'm done digging everything up. Not a crazy huge harvest of turmeric.
Yeah.
We'll get these pulled off, but I've seen, like, I think the last time I was at Whole Foods, which that was a while ago, they had little pieces of turmeric like that in their, you know, organic, free-range turmeric section. It's grass-fed or something.
Pasture-raised.
Pasture-raised, organic, free-range
Turmeric.
Yeah, anyways. So, that's our haul. Not crazy, but for the first time growing turmeric, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of cool.
An interesting experiment.
It was an interesting experiment. Thank you to Dave and Nettie for the turmeric last year. We planted pretty much all of it, and looks like it at least doubled.
Yeah.
It at least doubled.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need a longer season. I think they're a more tropical plant anyways.
Yeah,
but my friend Casey over at Honey Tree, he grows it, and he gets it in the ground way earlier than you'd think.
Yeah.
And he harvests turmeric. So I know it can be done out here.
Yep.
All right, there was one more. I had planted ginger over here. I want to see if I can dig it up. It never came up, but when I was planting it, it kind of had some mold on it. So it was probably dead when I planted it. So I'm gonna see if I can dig around and find it real quick.
Do you remember where you planted it?
I remember I had the boys plant it,
Oh, yeah.
but they planted it right around here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
No?
It must have just rotted.
Guess so.
Dust to dust. We're gonna go right over here to one of these little square beds that we put in year one.
Yeah.
We had a horseradish out here, and it has kind of disappeared. It looked, when was that? Was it last fall?
Yeah, it looked great.
Last fall it looked great. It overwintered, and then this spring it looked like it was trying to put out a seed stalk, which horseradish is not supposed to do. I read about it, and in like really warm climates, zones 9 and stuff like that, you can actually get them to go to seed.
Okay.
I guess they don't have fertile seed.
Okay.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of weird stuff, kind of like potatoes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the way you propagate them is with the roots. Well, after it did its seed thing all summer, it looked really bad, and it finally, like, there's no leaves on it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dig it up and see if there's any horseradish root. If there is, maybe we'll split it up. But I have a feeling it's gone the way of the piece of ginger that I planted here. It's probably withered away to nothing and just became soil. So let's go over there and dig that up. A bunch of white.
Is that it?
Yep, that was it.
Oh, wow.
It's all the fiber.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did its thing. It died, it passed away, and has turned to soil.
Okay.
I guess I overestimated how much hay I would need. I just grabbed like, I don't know, 8-9 bales, something like that. It was like 2 tractor loads, 2 bucket loads. Guess I didn't need that much. I think I will come back. I might put some deeper in the walkways to kind of hold moisture a little bit better in the walkways, but it's not a big deal. We now have enough hay on there that'll help protect the garlic from the frost, but once it gets cold enough, it kind of just slows down. It doesn't really go dormant, but it does slow down a lot. This is basically what we did last year. We were just in a bed. We grew in a 16-foot bed last year. This is like quadruple the amount of garlic we grew last year. So I'm excited. This is a good amount of garlic. Well, I guess since I got all that hay over here, I'll probably use it out here. I don't know what else we're gonna grow this winter, but it would be nice to just put it down as like a sheet mulch, cover up the dirt, let it overwinter. And you know, any snow we get, the rain and all that stuff, all of that will rot down into the garden beds. Like all these weeds I pulled out of the where these potatoes were on this end, I think I'm just gonna pick it up and just put it all right there, let the earthworms deal with it. Because that's really what happens. You sheet mulch stuff, you're encouraging the soil biology to come up and deal with it. And so what happens if you have a good sheet mulch on top of your garden, the earthworms come up and they just have a field day. They go up, they eat the stuff, they go down, poop it out. You have worm castings spread everywhere. And something I've noticed in all the beds that we've deep mulched, now that we've kind of got on top of like growing in impossible hard clay, and we've broken that up and got organic matter in, now we're to a point where we can grow, but we can let the earthworms and the soil biology just do its thing. That's done, and that's pretty much the last of the projects that I needed done today. It sure feels good to start crossing things off the list. All right, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. I've been informed that due to our other camera, we're actually filming on the big camera. This is what we usually film on. This is our M50. The mic jack is going out, like it's loose, it wiggles. And so when I came in the house after doing night chores, Meg's like, I'm gonna have to cut out most of this. I was like, why did I talk too much? She's like, no, the mic was out, so it's all like, we'll try this out the next couple vlogs. We'll see how it works. We gotta send this in and get it fixed. So, hope you guys can deal with the big camera.